Hey everyone, so here's the second method as promised to download the OPTCG sim on your iOS device. So the previous method still works if you don't have a computer. However, it will fail after a couple of days since the certificate would expire. And now this method would use your Apple ID in order to have Apple trust the non-native app. And so this method works for either Mac or Windows. I have Windows, but the steps will be the same for Mac users. So before we begin, you'll need to make sure your iOS device is updated to the latest software. To my knowledge, this sim will not work if your device is not at least iOS 13. I'm currently on 18.4 for reference, so older devices may not work. You'll also want to make sure you have iTunes or Apple devices installed on your computer. Either program will work as long as you're able to connect your device to your computer and that the device pops up on either iTunes or Apple devices. Great, now we can begin. So you will need two links and I will link them both in the description. First, in Batsu's link tree, you're going to want to download the latest IPA version of the sim. So you'll find that here where it does say iOS, and that should take a few minutes depending on your internet speed. Then you'll want to download Sideloadly on your computer. You're going to choose the version that matches your computer system. If you're not sure, just check your About section in your computer settings. I'll choose the 64-bit here. Okay, now that we have those, let's get ready to install the app on your iOS device. So next you're going to want to plug in your device to your computer, and if you haven't already, you're going to want to hit Trust on your device. Then it will either show up in iTunes or Apple devices, whichever you have on your system. For me, it shows up on Apple devices. Now, it is safe practice just to back up your device to your computer just in case anything goes wrong, so that way you'd be able to restore your device back to that previous state. I haven't had any issues so far, but nonetheless, it's just safe practice. So after your device is backed up, we'll go ahead and install Sideloadly. So once inside Sideloadly, we'll see that our device is currently showing. Then you'll want to choose the OPTCG sim IPA file that we downloaded from Batsu earlier. So next you'll want to add your Apple ID. This is why this method works best compared to the previous way without a computer. This method will allow you to use the app for 7 days, but what's great about Sideloadly is that you can set up automatic app refreshes. So as long as you plug up your device and open Sideloadly to your computer within the 7-day window, it will automatically refresh your app and give you a new 7 days of usage while saving the app's data, such as your deck list. So this is very useful. You don't have to keep reinstalling the app. So go ahead and input your Apple ID and then also your password. Check the advanced options here, but there's nothing really that you need to change. It'll already be set up for you, so we'll go ahead and click start. And once that's finished uploading on your device, we should see the app on our home screen. So we'll take it over to the phone next. So there we have the sim on our phone, however, we are not done yet. We need to trust the app first and turn on developer mode. So go into settings, general, VPN and device management, and then you'll see your Apple ID here, and then next you'll hit trust. Go ahead and hit allow, and then next, we'll want to turn on developer mode. So you will find this in settings, privacy, and then you're going to just scroll all the way down, and then you should see turn on developer mode if it's not already on. And there we have it. You should be able to launch your app, and happy testing.